Hello and welcome. I'm Kim Smith, Microsoft Dynamics Director of CRM and Cloud Partner Strategy. This video is the first in a series we're calling From the Cloud. The intent of these short 5 to 10-minute recordings is to help our Microsoft Dynamics partners and our field sales and partner management teams better understand our cloud strategy and the path to building a profitable practice for our partners with our Dynamics Online Services assets. Through the course of these videos, you'll hear from various subject matter experts on topics you're likely to face when partners go through the transition in the cloud. Many of these topics are covered in our Dynamics Cloud Partner Profitability Guide, which will be available in early 2011. Today I'm joined by Doug Kennedy, Vice President of Partners for Microsoft Dynamics. Welcome, Doug.
Hi, Kim. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks.
Fabulous. I have a question that I wanted to start our conversation with today, Doug, and that is that we've all heard loud and clear that we are all in for the cloud.
Well, we're definitely all in. Yeah, you're correct on that.
And I'd love to get your perspective on what that means.
Right. Okay. Well, the cloud represents a fundamental shift in the market led by a strong customer desire to consume technology as a utility or as a service. Now, for us, this represents a unique opportunity to provide the solutions customers need, but in a way that enables them to think differently about how they invest in solutions, ultimately empowering them to invest their capital in ways that will help them do more to grow their business faster and more reactive to the changing demands of their respective markets. Additionally, the cloud creates a number of new service-based revenue streams for our business and introduces a number of new ways for us to jointly provide more value to our customers.
The question that's always asked first when thinking of our partners is what's in it for them? What is their primary opportunity, and how do they think about this relative to their own profitability?
Well, Kim, first and foremost, the revenue streams that exist today for partners are not going away. Customers still demand relevant solutions that provide value to them. Now, in order to deliver that, we need partners to create packaged IP and offer deployment services that adapt our solutions to the needs of our customers. Now, that said, the percentage of revenue allocated to billable services is shifting, particularly in the mid-market and below. What this means is partners need to take an introspective look at their business and determine where their core competencies lay in terms of not only the verticals they can support, but also the segments and geographies where they play. The profitability model is largely dependent on the partner's industries and verticals and that expertise they have with respect to industries and verticals, as well as the segment focus they have and also their geographic coverage. Ultimately, partners will need to pay careful attention to the competencies when constructing their cloud practice. Lastly, just like us, the cloud creates a host of new revenue opportunities for partners. Offering a cloud-based solution or service introduces a host of new service opportunities around business consulting and integration to other cloud services via the Azure platform.
Thanks, Doug. Those were all good points. If you had to look into the future and say what our partner ecosystem would look like in the next 5 years, what's your perspective?
So you want me to get out the crystal ball? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Well, to be frank, it's something that's going to be shaped by many hands, including our customers, our partners, and ourselves. And like any shift in the market, opportunity is created by those who innovate in the space, and it's going to be incredibly interesting to see how we, together with our partner and the partner ecosystem, adapt to this change and fully monetize the opportunity. And also, we can't forget the customer demand will be a large force in how this comes to life. And there's some strong opinions forming around what customers will be willing to pay for and their expectations on what the solutions will provide. Now, this will differ by market segment. For example, customers in the enterprise space who see their business processes as competitive advantage will actually continue to show a willingness to pay for partner services to customize the solution for their unique needs. Small and medium businesses are going to have a higher expectation around the ability to simply turn on and quickly configure the relevant solution and consume it as a utility. This means partners who serve our large customers will need to possess the skill set to sell and support through services, but the way they do so will likely need to adapt. As you begin to progress down the market, the impetus to create packaged IP in order to meet those customers' demands becomes more critical. In order to maintain profitability, partners serving the small to mid-sized segment really need to be able to drive scale both in terms of selling, but also in supporting a broad set of customers. We have to be aware that in some very low-end segments of the market, where we're looking at companies that are, say, less than 100 employees, it becomes much more challenging for our traditional VARs to maintain profitability in the cloud. To service this market, we're looking at a number of strategic relationships with potential partners who have the business model to support the very low cost of sales and support, as well as the selling motion required to drive enough volume and economies of scale to maintain profitability. But here we are looking at primarily a set of very few partners that act as selling engines for the lower mid-market segment and below.
Great. And describe your vision of the ideal cloud partner.
Well, like I mentioned before, the profitability model and operational structure varies greatly depending on the segments of the markets any given partner is trying to serve. All partners building cloud practice need to place customer expectations around buying a cloud solution first. And if you look at the primary reasons they do so, it typically comes down to a few key things, such as the time to value. They want to get the solution running and up as quickly as possible and derive the business benefits out of that solution. Financial benefits. The impact of acquiring the technology as an operational expense is important to a lot of these customers. And IT savings cost. They want to leverage the cloud as a way to offload the management of certain IT workloads in order to manage the ongoing costs. In order to meet these needs, partners are going to have to do the following. They're going to have to adapt their operational models to accelerate sales cycles, focus on addressing business needs and providing individual workloads first through proof of concepts, and then secondly, by expanding the solutions over time. And they also need to offer packaged IP in order to meet the desires of customers to reduce costs. To the degree that a partner must realize that the cloud will drive a volume business model, and the faster they can build up a set of customers leveraging the cloud services, the sooner they'll begin to see an increase in their operating margin.
And what should our sales and our partner management teams out in our field be doing to prepare themselves and our partners for this transition?
It's a good question. And this is an evolution, not a revolution. Partners need to begin to think about what the roadmap looks like for building a cloud practice and understand that the longer they wait to get started, the more painful the transition will be. They'll actually be playing catch-up. For any partner, building a cloud practice will represent investments in a number of key areas, including the following: sales and the resourcing around sales and the processes that will actually drive volume. Marketing investments are a real focus, and they require these to actually feed that volume selling engine. And they need to develop and package repeatable IP that they can offer into the marketplace. And lastly, they have to have resources to invest in the support and services model that will drive incremental revenue streams that I discussed earlier. These investments will be substantial for many partners and should not be taken lightly. And partners should ensure that their P&L is in order before they actually start heading down this road, and they have an outstanding EBITDA today before they actually start these changes. This is the entire intent behind the Cloud Partner Profitability Guide that we're providing and the Cloud Partner Development Centers that we're actually engineering in the field. Our field sales and partner management teams should ensure that our partners are educated on all the possibilities that cloud will actually drive for them. And our field should take advantage of the Dynamics Partner Academy, the Partner Profitability Modeler, and a wealth of resources we are providing to help coach partners.
Great. Thanks, Doug. I really appreciate your insights and taking the time to talk us through and help our partners transition to the cloud. And with that, I'd like to thank all of our partners and our field sales and partner management teams for viewing this today. As mentioned at the beginning, this is a first in a series of videos aimed at helping you, our partners, and our field resources drive profitability in the cloud. Look for more of these sessions in coming weeks, and in the interim, to get started, visit the Microsoft Partner Network, and for our field resources, the Dynamics Partner Management Framework, to get more information on the Dynamics Partner Profitability Guide and other resources mentioned today. Thank you, and great selling.